How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Factorio AngelsBobs Plus. We are episode 15, end of the week, Friday. Hopefully everybody's had a good week. As usual, we're going to do our hour-long stuff and things. So, where we picked off last time, or really kind of where we finished, was I know we just got tin going and we got this monstrosity of a sorter going. It's big, it's clunky, but it's gonna get the job done. Are there more efficient ways to do this? Yeah, there are, but that's just how we're doing it. Obviously, in your own factory, you can do what kind of what suits you. This weekend, I will try to actually get some of the blueprints that I have that I'll be using uploaded, like in the description and stuff, so that you guys can use them yourselves. So for instance, the steel monstrosity and then the upgraded iron and things. Obviously you can build it from the stream, but there are some changes to this that I need to do that are not currently here. I will try to do that this weekend, and same thing up here. This build and stuff, I'll try to get those uploaded probably on Monday's video. Expect to see them there, but I'll try to get them on all the videos if I remember to. Really. Alright, so let's see. I think last time we were just getting green circuits going, right? Yeah. So we needed solder, right? Yes, which means we need to get lead. Were we getting lead going? No. Where did we leave off? Looks like I need some stuff for loaders. Let's go over and grab that then. Oh, we don't need steel, luckily. So we're fine there. We'll have to increase our iron production, but that's not currently what we're going to focus on. We want to get loaders, because once we get loaders automated, I've said this before, once we get loaders, then we can kind of get some of the other infrastructure also automated, and once we do that, the factory building part, like, we have a lot of blueprints down, we'll be able to start building a lot of them, which will be good. So to get loaders, we need some of these, like so. Yeah, we need solder ourselves, which we have some. I'll just put it here so I can see where it is. Luckily, all these different things are burnable. So let's go ahead and get some solder. I'll slowly get some of these things crafted. So while that's crafting, let's go ahead and see kind of where we picked up or left off on. So it looks like we need 2, 4, 6, 8 loaders, 8, 9, 10, 10, yeah, 10 loaders, because we already have all that set up. Well, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we need 15 loaders in total, which seems like a lot, don't get me wrong, but now that we have most of the components fully automated, it should slowly speed up. What else are we missing? Iron. Okay. Yeah, iron's gonna be the big one. Like, yes, we need the iron for the loaders. So that's actually probably gonna be what we look at next. It's kind of costly in the beginning, like even in vanilla Factorio, it's costly to get things set up while you're waiting just for production of things, but it's even more so difficult because unlike in vanilla where I can just start mining more iron and put more furnaces down, I can't really do that. Like, just the way processing works, like, yeah, I guess I could scale processing, right? Like, I could add a ton to this, but then we end up with a shit ton more of the byproducts that we have to deal with. And because this isn't a pure iron thing, we also get copper that we have to store up, right? So proportionately scaling iron also gives us a ton of copper, which isn't a bad thing. We need copper, but as you can see, we're stockpiling copper, whereas we're using all of the iron. So yes, I could increase how much iron we're producing, but it's going to increase the production of crushed stone, slag, and copper proportionately, which I don't need as much of those three things, so we just have to store them. I mean, we already are storing them, all three actually, but it would just kind of speed up that whole keep having to store things, so I'm not really going to worry too much about not having a full thing of iron right now. That's going to be something we worry about a little bit later. How much steel do we... Oh, we have plenty. I'm going to actually turn this off, because we have 579. That should be plenty of steel for a little bit. I'm just going to sit right here. Sit right here while we wait. I'm gonna just let the iron, no, I'll let it keep going, trickling down, so it's fine. I feel like some songs in this get really loud, but then others are really quiet. Just me. But I think they do. It might literally just be me though. Let's go ahead and grab some solder. What should we have? We're making 4. What are we missing? Oh, we're literally just missing these. That is kind of ironic. The thing we actually have automated. And we could speed this up, of course, with more inserters. Just purely off the output. So we could put another one, say, there, and do that. But the reason I'm not is I don't have medium power poles, and I mean, I could put it in this space right here, but eventually this belt is going to come up, and more of the circuits are going to be made here, so... yeah. Again, it's one of those, I just want to get this working, and then I'll worry about this problem later. We need 9 more, so that gives us 13, so I need 2 more loaders. That should be plenty of these, which means we're missing solder, I'm guessing. Yep. No, we'll just make all 3 because we're going to need them anyway. So that should give us all of those that we need. Now let's go set up all the other stuff. We are... Actually, you know what? I don't have the thing for the lead. You know, I love when helicopters are flying over, and it's like, don't they know I'm trying to record? Not really, it's fine. You guys probably don't even hear it, or if you do, it's probably really quiet. Because sound buffers, baby. Or, well, sound gates. Yeah, so I'm gonna need one of these. Actually, I should find that blueprint, unless I was smart enough to already grab it.
Well, this one looks like tin. Did I not grab?
Looks like I did not grab, though. So the land of the things I have yet to actually, like, sort and fix. I should just go through as I look at them and delete them, but hashtag lazy, hashtag I don't want to do it. You'd think, because if that one's solder. Okay, so I know it's not there. What's this one? That's steel. Here's the one we're gonna need to make the solder, which is what we need the lead for. We will need lead plate for something, eventually, but for our case, we don't really need it right now. So I need... Oh, we actually need steel. I'm like, I should be able to make this. I have plenty of things. We have plenty of things, just not steel. Well, we don't have the steel on us. There we go. So we need two blast furnace. Look like two induction. And then 12 casting. And it looks like we actually need a few more loaders. Which I'm guessing is just purely solder based, because that's usually what it is. Usually. Not always, but usually. The factory is definitely growing, slowly. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure we don't have biters. And the settings I used were... So I know I saw one of the comments on the last video, I believe, was what the biter settings were. I'm not entirely sure, but if I had to guess, I think I set them to the lowest possible. I either left them default or changed them to the lowest possible while giving me, I believe, the largest starting area is I think what I had it set to. I will go in and look and try to find that, but I'm pretty sure they were default settings. I think it's something in the mod settings I didn't turn on or had turned off. Not entirely sure. I will try to figure out why we don't have biters, but again, I'm pretty sure it's not going to affect the playthrough in any way. And if it does, we'll of course figure out a way to kind of fix that. Again, I don't like... So... we go like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. You know what? I don't actually need the yellow for these. Why did I need yellow then? I'm not sure. Maybe just throughput? I really don't know. Yeah, because even here it's fine. Well, we do need more underground, so let's go to make like 20 of them. We're still just waiting for crafty crafts. Yeah, we're definitely trying to be as organized as possible. You know, infinite world, infinite resources, but I don't want to use the mentality of I'm going to just let everything take up as much space as humanly possible. We do want to be efficient with our space, especially as we build. Like, yeah, we could build things super far away, but then we might... That's going to need trains. And I don't have trains, and trains are a little bit of the ways off. At least for now. We do try to maintain organization, especially with Factorio. Like, I feel like making sure your factory is organized is pretty important. How did I set this up? Technically, this guy does not need to exist. We did an oopsie. Chat, do you see what the oopsie is? Because I see what the oopsie is. Oh, well, I guess not chat. We are recording for YouTube, not on Twitch. Do you see the oopsie? God. Because I see the oopsie. Basically, the oopsie is, if you haven't already figured it out and guessed it, Saphirite goes here. This one was supposed to be Stereotype. And this one was supposed to be Rubyite, I believe. Actually, no, Rubyite was supposed to be this one, I think. Oops. We can move it, which is fine, which is what I'm gonna do. It technically doesn't matter what order they're in, but I like to have them in a particular order, so, don't mind me. I mean, we're still crafting things, so it's fine. Gotta make sure we pick up our loaders, too, because these things are expensive. And my underground. Yes, I'm sure some of you are probably thinking, but you already just build it. It doesn't matter. Yes, it doesn't. but I want it in a particular order, so that's where we're at on that. I believe this one's going to be lead ore, and I believe nickel. And we want to output rubyite. We want to output crushed rubyite. That's an input, that's an input, that's an input. Oh, you know what? I learned this from single player. So we want to do from yellow belt to gray belt, from yellow to gray, from splitter to that. And that should change all of our ghost images. Thank you. Knock yourself out. This is a case where using the construction robots is helpful. We're gonna turn them off. We don't need them on for this. I believe this one, yeah, is the ruby. The reason we have 2 lanes, by the way, for each ore type, is so that way it gives us options once we're further into the game. Because we can either decide to put more ore into this system with 2 full belts of whatever color, or if we decide to put 1 ore belt here and then a second one for a secondary processing, we can also do that. It gives us options. It's just kind of pre-planning. I mean, we have it set up so that 2 belts can go into it for whatever reason. I've sometimes used both. I traditionally only end up actually using 1, but it's planned there so that if I need to, right? There's space for scalability, basically. And that's kind of the way I try to design everything. So I design things so that I can scale them upwards, or in some fashion I can scale them up. So for instance, the refining area, I can scale it vertically up because there's technically nothing here, although the trains marker is here. The trains will probably go further to the right. Other ore smelting, again, they can scale left as many different ores as we need to be smelted, and they can also scale vertically down. As for the furnaces, they can only scale to a finite point because we can only have so many inputs from a warehouse. But in theory, they can scale for as far down as we need them to. They are obviously limited on the left and right side, but for the most part, they can scale to a point. I mean, I guess everything can scale to a point, because obviously then you're going to hit throughput issues, and there's only so much you can scale to, right? There's an upper maximum of belt speed and even bot speed of transportation of things. And then as for the bus, the actual lanes on it can technically scale all the way down, and the things on the bus can scale all the way up. So I try to make everything that in such a way that it allows me to scale. Obviously not indefinitely, but for a good amount of scaling. Which I believe is what somebody noted, is how I design things so that everything is scalable in a nice way. It's true. I try to make it so the factory can scale as nicely as possible. See, and we always got to make sure that these are changed, because I know sometimes what happens is when you blueprint loaders, for instance, they might be pointing outward, but they don't get inputted. I don't know why. It seems like a bug in the mod to me, but that's fine. So we just gotta always check. Usually the output ones are fine. It's usually the input ones that don't work. Sometimes the output ones are the ones that are borked. Oops. Oh, that's actually a loader we don't need placed, because we don't have it before. So technically these should be working if we... Right, yep. Nice, let's go ahead and go plug in our rubyite, especially now that our crafting thing is done. And yes, there are some belts that are placed down right now that don't technically need to be placed down either because they're not being used or for some other reason, but they're gray belt. They're not expensive to make, so I don't really... It's just, I believe, iron only for these belts, so I'm not really wasting that much in terms of resources. Oh, and we do want to make sure that this is set to just rubyite. It just so happened to be, and one way you can clear it is just have it go back into the inventory. Those then go there, and then those are crushed, which don't really have a home yet. The Bobmonium's actually almost all mined out, so we are gonna have to tap one or tap another field of it. Now there is the one to the northwest, or northeast, my bad. There's one to the northeast, one to the southeast, and one to the west, well, southwest of this current position. Honestly, any one of them could be good. I'll probably tap this one up here to the northeast first, just because of its location. It's easy. I don't really need trains, and I can route it left and then straight down. And I'll honestly probably do that with a belt because we're not gonna. I don't think we're gonna have trains. Probably for at least another couple episodes, if I had to guess. Technically, we have them, I believe, researched actually. Yeah, we technically have trains researched. Okay, actually, no. You know, we could make... If we needed it, we could make trains right now. We have all the components to make them, so... Technically, yes, we can make trains. I just want to double check to see that this is working. It should. Or flows... Oh, no, it's not going to work because we didn't put all the splitters in. I was like, it should technically work if we put everything in. Luckily, the belts are slow as hell. What's kind of funny, though, is so that these are incredibly slow. They're only 7.5 items per second, which equates to 3.5 or 3.25 items per side, which 7.5, which is the total output speed of one of the gray belts, is the same speed of a yellow belt, or half a yellow belt. So it's kind of crazy because once we get yellow belts, which again we technically have, here we'll just make one so you can see it. Like that looks insane. Like that is vanilla speed, by the way. I don't know if the animation has been sped up, but I don't think it is. I think it's just purely like that just looks so much faster. Like it's insane. Like yeah, it's double, so obviously it's gonna be faster, but it's just weird because I'm always used to like the yellow being the slow belt, and there it looks so much faster. Which, and it is. It's double the speed. That's what red belt is to yellow belt. Actually, I believe in this red belts. No, red belt is double the speed. Yeah, red belt's even insane. Red belt's even more insane, I should say. Oh, actually, you know what? We still didn't connect the output. See, this is what happens. This is what happens, guys. Is I think we're done, but then we're not. Actually. Ooh, research is done though, but yeah. Yeah, again, we're just gonna kind of queue up things as they show up. We're gonna need all of them. And right now, we're not even technically up to these researches in terms of like being able to actually utilize what they're giving us. So for now, I'm not gonna worry about not being able to use them. So for this, what we're gonna go ahead and do is so you can kind of see what it is here. As for the thing. So we're gonna just do like that. Like that. Yeah. It does get kind of weird and big in things, but for this we're fine. This is only because so the direction of this is if it was going the other way, and that's why it has to go up and around. This is, again, this blueprint's not actually going to get built, at least like this, because all these belts are going to the right. This was just the blueprint I had to use as my reference. But because all our belts are going back to the right, we only have to do this, so it actually saves us on a little bit of compression and things, because each turn basically uncompresses an item, but then if you turn it back the other way, it in theory recompresses it. There's some math and some other things behind it, but for simplicity, the fewer turns you have in a belt, the better. Yeah. So now that should be coming down. I believe we built all the machines we need. Yes, we have plenty of extra loaders. Did I build the warehouses we need, though? Because I need... Nope, but we have everything to make them. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay. We should be good, then. Yeah. If not, we're probably going to make, actually, some engines just so we can get an automobile, just so that we can move around the factory a little bit quicker, because Bob's Mods... Angels and Bob's makes a really big factory, as you can see just from so far what I have laid out is we're gonna end up having a very big factory pretty soon. So we're not using the silicon ore, so that's why it's not going into a warehouse yet. So we need one there, and this one needs to be turned into lead. So it's been put in, clear it out. Alright. Something like that. Cool. Oh, you know what? I just realized the reason we're not making tin is because this doesn't have any fuel. Fun. I actually just thought, I was like, oh, you know, that's odd. Maybe it's because we don't have, you know, hardly any tin. And I saw, oh, you know, it's just a trickle of tin. That's why it's a trickle of tin here. No, it's because we never connected the fuel line. It was purely running off of your burned carbon. I'll fix that here in a minute. So let's go ahead and I should probably build a center on these so I know how to center the output. So it's 25, right? So we'll just stay there. So 11. Damn, not quite. I was one off. Pretty sure that's the center, right? So that's 15. That shouldn't be 27. Oh, yeah, we made him 25. The hell? Okay, what the shit? Oh, no, it's not 27 in length. It is 25. I forgot, because we added this belt up top of this belt. Okay, yeah. That's what happens on a... You guys are seeing this on Friday, but this is being recorded on Thursday, because I kind of forgot to record this episode on Sunday. But it's fine. Alright, now we're going to do something like that. The reason we usually have this as a ghost image is so that way we don't accidentally do what we just did. You know what, I don't want yellow there. Not that I don't want yellow here, but just for simplicity. We do need pipe. I don't need that one or that one. So we gotta make some pipe. Pipe. I believe it's iron. Hopefully it's iron. We do need some inserters. That gets made. Again, let's go ahead and make sure we change that over. Oh yeah, we'll need oxygen, and we're just gonna burn off that. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And the oxygen's the easy-ish part. Oh no, we need 2 loaders. Shoot. Yeah, that's fine. Here, yeah, we'll just do that. And here we'll do that. So that should be the 10, that should be the lead. And of course we'll have to make our oxygen. We'll probably just make oxygen the easy way, using the electrolyzer and then doing it with just water. It is gonna produce... We do it with the purified, and then we don't have to deal with slags, so we're gonna actually do that one then. So we'll get one of those, and then groundwater bores. So let's go grab the things we need for those remaining 2 loaders, and we'll get this set up. Let's see, this lead. Yeah, see, that's the downside of having your construction robots on when you have a bunch of things blueprinted. Yep, see, so now we have a ton of lead coming in. or coming out, I guess. Well, lead's being created, so that is good. So let's go ahead up here. Also, just so everyone knows, this episode is probably going to be like 8 minutes shorter than regular, which not many will probably notice or care about, but instead of an hour, it will probably be like 52 minutes, but that's only because that's how much time I have today for recording, but that's fine. We'll make it up in Monday's episode. Let's go ahead and do loaders. Make the loader, we need these, which I'm guessing is we need solder. Oh no, we have made all of the solder. That should be a lot of solder. Smelt me my solder. How much solder is it per one green circuit? It's 1 per circuit. Alright. And then this doesn't need any now. So we need 20 solder then. So much solder. I feel like solder is like trying to say soldier without the U. My brain just realized there's no U. Never mind. I am tired. That's what happens. It's the eye. If we have an eye. That's what happens. Why can't we make enough? We have enough iron, right? Yeah, enough iron. What are we missing, Chad? Am I crazy? Seriously? Are we missing basic circuits? Give me these basic ass circuits, then. Alright, there's the 2 loaders we need. Alright, so let's head back over there. Let's get this set up. And that will give us all the solder we need. And that should automate green circuits. Because it's already hooked up here. So that should be automatic. I think we have everything. We do need to pull the coal lines. So let's figure out how to pull that over here. We'll grab belt because I'm not going to have enough with 165. We're going to need at least probably 200 or 300. It does suck with the amount of belting we are doing for distances, but unfortunately at this stage of the game we don't really have any other means to get things to where they need to go easily. Because we don't have bots and we don't have trains. Well, okay, that's, again, lie. Technically we have trains, but even training things right now really doesn't make sense. Trains are good for long distances, and short distances like here to here doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Although I do see people lean towards trains in this because, as you can see, the factory does get big. So trains, at least districting, instead of a mega base, I would call it districting, where you basically, I mean, you can kind of already see that, right? So you have your refining district, your smelting district, other smelting, and then your main bus, where they just use trains between the districts, or basically long distances of travel. So, I mean, it makes sense. We figure out how we're gonna route it over this. Actually, it's not too hard. Seriously? A rock. Yes, it's going to get coal attached. Oh, so you put underground on a rock, but you don't, whatever. I'm gonna actually just do straight run on this. Cause I don't know what else is gonna go here, and I'm actually, you know what? I'm gonna do one better. I'm gonna do a split. I'm not even gonna do a straight. Like plug it in like that. Just because I don't know how much more coal, like how much further down the coal line goes. You don't have to do a split. Again, technically it's wasting resources, but yeah, that's what happens. I play this game with the mind of a software engineer. I just want to future-proof it in case I do something there. Never touches it. Anything temporary ends up being permanent. For now, we're lazy, so we're just doing this. But as more lines get plugged in, we will make this. Oh, and we ran out of underground. Cool. As more lines, basically, as more ores get onto here, we'll eventually change this over to a yellow underground because I don't want to spend those resources right now. I snap. Oh, that was a weird fucking lag spike. That only happens usually if biters are getting triggered. Well, if the factory starts dying, then we know we have biters. What's our pollution even at, actually? I mean, not bad. Oh yeah, well, yeah, not bad. And those aren't biters, by the way. This is just stuff for deconstruction. Alright. Well, things are gonna happen, at least there. So let's go ahead and get that plugged in. And, power poles actually don't need to go there. We'll plug that in. And did you eat my inserters? Kind of. Alright, so we'll go like that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get. So let's set up. That's copper. How big's the underground for? That big? Okay. You're gonna see what I'm doing here in like 1 second. Alright, so something like that. Okay. So then, I don't care about that. And then, that. Okay, maybe if I can select the right recipe. Here we go. Okay. And like so, and like so. And then like so. So basically what we're doing is, so the purified water, or water gets made into purified water, so the saline water is just going to get deleted. That's what this is. The clarifier is just basically a void for liquids, and then the flare stack is the void for gases. So for instance, this recipe produces sulfur dioxide. We don't need that. Well, we do, but we don't need it right now, and I'm not going to use it from here. It's a pain in the ass to pipe it from here to where we're actually going to be using it. So I don't. The amount we're going to make from this is insignificant that I just don't bother with it. I just delete it. Same thing here with the saline. It's super easy to make, so as you can see, just water into saline, so I'm not really wasting any resources. And then the purified water gets turned into hydrogen and oxygen. The oxygen we use in this, the lead. The hydrogen is going to go into a flare stack and get deleted. Pretty much that simple. Let's see, lead should be showing up. Oh, it is. I just haven't pumped it out down here yet because I did not tell it that lead could pass. Okay, lead can pass. Oh, and same for nickel. Nickel can also pass. nickel will just sit in that warehouse with the silicon. We don't have enough production of either right now to really merit being a problem. So this is actually a scenario where it's going to be a little weird because I'm going to have the solder be on this one and the lead be on the second one, but they're going to pass under. You could change it over if you want. You're going to notice things that I do that are like all chain, like up, like for instance, up here. I moved the rubyite to here because I was like, oh, I want it here. And I move that. But for this, it's like, oh, I don't want to move this, or I don't want to switch it to this, which would take 2 seconds to switch, build out the line, and then swap it down here. Yes, I'm inconsistent with certain things, but oh well. Who isn't? This is Factorio. We're all inconsistent with something in our factory. I just know where my own skeletons are buried. They just happen to be... I draw the line at different points. Alright, so now solder should be being made. Again, I'm gonna actually double check to make sure I can see solder coming out of this before we, you know, applaud ourselves here. Coal processing 3 looks fine. Paper making, which I don't even know what the fuck that's gonna be used for. Still don't know what the fuck that's gonna. That looks like a Starbucks cup. Nice light processing. Luckily, there's quite a few researches for red and green, so this little research setup we have right now of just the green and red and the few science labs we have is going to be plenty for a little bit. Plus, we have so many things we've researched now that we do need to use. Okay. So lead should have gone in. Yes. Maybe. Okay, another batch of lead. Or, wait, no, I lied. This is the first batch of lead. So the first batch of lead's going in. Should make this. Should. Keywords. I just want to watch it to make sure. I think everything's connected. Again, this isn't the most efficient build for this. This is just the build I have. If you have a more efficient build, feel free to share the string in the comments. That just... Oh, you know what? It needs 24. That's why. Oh, well, I'm pretty sure it works. I'm pretty sure this will output, and then output, and then output. Pretty sure. We'll see. Alright, so not technically green circuits are made, although none are being made EG just yet. We can kind of decide... Actually, I'm going to get loaders somewhat set up for automation. Yeah, let's go ahead and make those. We're going to need them. We need more iron, though. So many choices. So little time. Well, not really little time, but... Kind of. We only have, what? A couple more minutes left in the recording. Yeah, for 40-ish minutes. Why do I feel like... Oh, you know what? Let's finish the thing that probably should be finished. Such as plugging in the thing. These things are very, they just need so many gears, which is the problem. We need to get gears going as well, but that requires more iron ore. So many problems. If only there was a solution to all of them. Oh wait, there is. It's called getting more iron ore. But I'm gonna do that once we get loaders made. Well, automated. Alright, so now iron's gonna come in. Green circuits are gonna get made. The world is gonna be a happy place. Actually, no, we can't build it there. So we're gonna do this. So that way there's space. And I need loaders. Not loaders, I need inserters, which means I need iron. Which means this little trickle of iron we have, it's not gonna cut it. We need to increase iron production. which is going to happen one of 2 ways. Actually, one of 3 ways. We can either expand refinement, which there's only so much more of that we can do. I guess that will put green on both sides. Alright, so we can either expand refinement, which we've already done, pretty much. Or we can kind of see it. We can add another input here to get more in. Upgrade the output here. Actually, most of these are actually all functioning, right? Yeah, they're all functioning. So we don't really need more output. We have plenty of crushed. We're actually stockpiling crushed. Alright, so we can either speed up the... Well, actually change these, upgrade them. Because right now, again, they're only 7.5. We can upgrade them to 15. That would give us more throughput. All 4, for the most part, are working. So we have a few options. We can expand refinement, which I don't really want to do too much more of, because then it's going to offset this blueprint that you can kind of already see what the next stage is. And the next stage, so doing additional levels of refinement doesn't get us more iron and copper. It just gets us other resources. So, right, so there's no point in us getting to tier 2 refinement, because we're not going to get more iron and copper. That's just going to get us other resources we have to deal with, which isn't what we want. I mean, we want them, but not right now, because we don't want to have to deal with them. So that leaves us the other 2 options. Option 2 being we get Javolite going, which Javolite, if we look here in the thing, which we are mining, this is Javolite, we're mining it, it's the yellow shit, gives us the same exact recipe as the Saphirite, which effectively is going to double how much iron we're able to make, because it's a 1 slag, 2 iron, 1 copper. Instead of Saphirite, it's just Javolite, which honestly is the better of, so far, the better of the 3 options we've seen. And so we'll just build that right next to the Rubyite right here, and then Chromatinium to the left of that. So we'll probably do the Saphirite one. And then the third option, which we actually don't even have access to right now, but eventually we'll have access to, is being able to smelt down geodes, which we'll eventually get from this refining process, actually from all of them. And then being able to make a catalyst, and then mixing the Saphirite and the Javolite, which we don't have yet, together, and then we can get just iron ore with no other byproducts, which is nice. But that requires a bunch of things we currently don't have set up. Well, I think we're going to call it here. I know it's not quite an hour. It's not even to the 50 whatever minute mark. It's 48 minutes, so yeah, it's a little bit shorter of an episode today, but unfortunately I don't have as much time today for recording as I normally do. So thank you guys all for watching. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys smash the subscribe button, like the videos. It really helps out the channel algorithm of things. Make sure you guys leave a comment. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave those down in the comment section. If you have a question about any of the mods we're using, those should be in the description. For a full complete list of the mods, go to episode 1, and in the first 5 minutes or so, we go over all the mods we're using. Some of them are redundant, but that's because I like certain things from certain mods, or just want to show off a plethora of different mods that kind of do similar things for people. Other than that, if you guys haven't already checked out our Twitch channel, make sure you guys head over there to twitch.ravagedplays. We stream Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays. Recently, well, I say recently, but normally we're streaming Hell Let Loose or some other World War II-ish game. We play a lot of military-like games like that. I have played Hearts of Iron on there, World of Warships, EU4 is another big one I've been playing recently. So just make sure you guys head over there, check that out. Go subscribe over there, stuff like that. Go follow, go leave a follow over there. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.